Well, hi there, I'm Noah Bradley. This is Handmade House TV. And on today's episode, I'm going to catch you up with all that I've been up to since the last time we spoke. So stay tuned. Well, all right. Thanks once again for tuning in here to Handmade House TV. I do want to apologize, start out with an apology in this video for my absence in the past couple of months here on YouTube. And I'm going to go into exactly why that is as we go through it. Anyway, I appreciate all of the emails that I've gotten asking if I'm still alive. And yes, indeed, I am still alive. And my life is moving forward very well. But I came across a few unexpected hurdles and challenges that just took up too much of my time. And I just didn't have the wherewithal to get out the camera, set it up, and do some filming. And as you can see, I'm on my lake property, and if you can see behind me here, you can see that I now have the foundation in place for it. We just finished parging these porch piers that you see in front of me here, and behind it you can see the foundation there. And so I'm very proud to have moved along that far, but the first reason why I haven't been available is that in the time period I've moved. Where I was living, it was a home of my own, and it was about an hour away from the lake property here where I'm going to build my house. And I really started to burn out on the grind of driving back and forth between the two properties. And I sat down and started doing the math of how much time it was going to take me to drive between those two properties for the entire construction of the home. And suddenly it started to make sense to get closer to the property, to start to get to know the area, get to know any of the subcontractors around here, in order for me to be able to easily drop in on the property, do some work, and easily be able to go back home, say for lunch or something, and then back on the site again. Or a rainy day or whatever else. It really does make sense to be close to your property when you're building on it. I generally encourage people to live on the property while they're building it primarily through purchasing some kind of like camper trailer or something another and living on it. That right there you tend to be, you're obviously closer, you get all the same benefits, but also you can just you can work all day long. You can just step out of your house and work and come on back inside. You tend to put in longer days. It means more labor into your own home. It means a lower cost home and a higher quality one. And plus you get to monitor the security of the place as well. No one's going to come in if they know you're living there, but that option didn't work out for me. So anyway, I found a nice little rental home that's about less than 10 minutes from here. And it's sweet, it's cute, it's very comfortable. It's giving us a different living experience than what we're typically used to living in. We're typically used to living on acreage with plenty of distance between the homes, and this one's a little bit of a kind of a gated community, I guess is the best way to describe it. Anyway, so between that moving process, we all know about the process of packing and moving. It had been going on 16 years for us since we had done it, previously moved. We're no spring chickens anymore. It took a lot of effort, a lot of labor to coordinate it, to find the house, and to actually do all the physical moving, get settled in, rent a storage building for all the extra stuff. And anyway, you know all this. But so that took up a lot of my time to do that. And then the second reason why I haven't been doing a lot of videos, well, for one thing, I'm one of those people that's best when I'm single tasked or double tasked. If I'm doing two things at one time, I'm generally at my peak. By the time I get into three things, one of them is faltering off, and that's what fell off was me doing video production. And so moving was one of them, and then getting this underway was the second one. The third thing is that there definitely noticed a drop off in viewership here on Handmade House TV when I started talking about building my house from scratch through it. I thought that there would be a tremendous demand for it, that people would be really interested in the process of building a house from beginning to end, and all the challenges and trials and the mistakes. So many people that do YouTubes, they never bother to mention the mistakes, or gee, I wish I had done something different. But there's a lot of that in construction, regardless of whether or not you're an experienced contractor or you're a newbie who is building your house for the first time. Nonetheless, it doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest. And I think part of that is because a lot of you guys are log cabin, timber frame, stone people, and that's what you want to hear me talk about. And you don't want to hear about stick-built construction, no matter how crucial it is in any form of construction to do the whole process. But there just wasn't much interest. And then the third thing, and plus there's a lot of videos on how to build a house frame-wise. I will be sharing some aspects of the construction of my home. I'll keep you updated on it, tell you about it. But I'm just not going to get into all the infinitesimal details that goes along with it. But I will be sharing more for those individuals who are within the Timber Framer Guild. I'll be revealing, actual cost and problems and facings and everything else. And that brings me to the next point, and that is that I was definitely experiencing setbacks, challenging, additional costs, additional steps, additional problems associated with the word being out that I am covering the construction of my home live on TV. I won't get into details of that, but nonetheless, I know for a fact that some people are watching the videos and perhaps feel under more scrutiny as a result of it being broadcast worldwide. And so they're piling things on me more than I should in a typical construction process. And I realized this is not a good thing for me to be broadcasting to the entire world how I'm building this particular house. So I'm nixing it as far as that goes in order to relieve some of the pressure on me. And I hope you can figure out in between the lines there what I'm trying to say there. Anyway, we are moving forward on this project. Also, I have a potential exciting project of a potential client that is trying to pull me out of semi-retirement and designing and building a gorgeous home for them as well. And so it might very well be that will lead into future video material as well, that particular home, if it all works out. I'm really excited about that. But anyway, that would couple into another job as well. And also another issue that I've experienced here, and it was pretty obvious, and I've had several trades here. I've had a surveyor, had to bring in a surveyor in order to exactly locate every corner of the house here, and twice. And then I brought in a concrete crew in order to do the footers here, which was quite the thing as well. And then I had a block crew come in and help me do the block foundation and do all the parging on it. By the way, if you look behind me here, you can see that the piers were just parged this morning. So you can see that they're fresher mortar on top of them. And whereas the block foundation behind that was parged late last week, so 5 days ago. So you can definitely see where it's starting to dry down. And by the way, if you look at the block, you can see if you look at the foundation pretty close, you can see the block lines in the parging, and that's because wherever the parging was going over, that the mortar joints themselves cause the parging to be a little bit thicker, and also because it's a little bit longer to dry out. So it'll take a little bit longer, but those block lines should disappear because I had the masons wait a long enough period for it all to set up before that went on. The weather, boy, the weather, this is fall here. We're in early October and mid-October. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here, probably high of 70 degrees, sunny. One crow trying to make his presence here on the video as well, which is the absolute best time of year to do any kind of concrete work, because it won't dry out on you. It cures at a nice slow rate, and yet it never freezes like it will during the wintertime. So I'm really pleased with this. And so, and again, what I'm trying to do on this particular project is that I'm trying to do it on a pay-as-you-go basis, at least at this stage. I'm abhorred at what the interest rates are nowadays. It does seem like the banks are very hesitant in making any loans whatsoever, and particularly construction loans. I think in my own gut feeling, with all of the horrible stuff going on in the news and with a slowdown I'm seeing, that I'm believing that interest rates will improve, that banks will be more
able to lend money at a better rate, and also that material costs are dropping fairly good. The only materials that I'm not seeing drop is masonry, and which meant that I was motivated to go ahead and get the masonry aspect done. The wonderful thing about building your foundation is that foundation is forever. It's made out of rock, stone, or concrete, one or the other, so you can get it done. You're not worried about the weather causing any issues whatsoever. You get it done, you get it planted, you get it finished up, and there's plenty of other work that I can do. So between now and spring, which is when I'm hoping to move forward with the actual framing of the home. So right now, with the way I've got the foundation set up, I can take care of the waterproofing of it, the drain lines around the outside of it to carry moisture away from your foundation, and level up the site, get it looking well. Also, I'll probably get the septic system installed, maybe the propane tank installed. The gravel truck, the concrete trucks did a little bit of a number on my driveway, and so I need a little bit of gravel and driveway repair going on there as well. And so that's kind of my plan moving forward here. Now, a warning here that I am planning on creating more videos for you, probably up until the weather gets cold. And if you know for a fact that generally I take off January, February, March. I don't like to get out in the cold weather and create anything. And since there's not going to be a whole lot going on, there will be another gap of videos coming up and everything else. But I've got some really good questions. I've been getting a lot of questions from you guys. I've got a little stack of them. And so in the future videos between, say, now and Thanksgiving, now and Christmas, I'll be releasing some really insightful videos, I hope, that you'll find. And to enjoy, and so look forward to seeing those, but also again be prepared that there will be a little bit of a silence afterwards. Also, I'm planning on moving more towards my newsletter. If you guys haven't signed up for my newsletter, head on over to Handmade Houses and make sure and sign up for that. I've been working on writing and creating some more dynamic, helpful videos for you that will inspire you, will help you build your home as well and perfect as it can be, something you're really proud of when you get done with it. And so I just want to, I'm going to move more towards writing and maybe a little bit step back from the video creation. And one of those issues, and then I've noticed it here, and one of the things I really wanted to create for you guys was the process of, like, how do you lay block? How do you pour concrete? And I'll have a little video just to show you what happened here on that with a little bit of clips. But the thing that I found, and it was a great reminder for me, and that is that the vast majority of people that are in construction, particularly the ones that are very talented, don't like to be on a video camera. They don't like to be recorded. It's very uncomfortable. I admit it was extremely uncomfortable for me for the first 20, 30 videos I created. And so it was kind of like I got declined. No, I'd rather you didn't do that kind of thing. And, which is really a shame, because again, I've known many extremely fine craftsmen who were unbelievable, far beyond the vast majority of construction, particularly in the stone masonry and log and timber framing aspects. But they just adamantly would not do anything video-wise or writing-wise in order to share what they've learned, in order to help pass the trade on. Basically, they passed on themselves, and all their skills and tips and techniques that they did are gone. So, and that's what I'm trying to do with all of my video course creation, is to having observed them and how they do it, to pass on the secrets to you in order to do that, particularly in stone, log, and timber frame. And I was hoping as far as framing goes. So I'm rambling on here. So anyway, I look forward to seeing you again in a future episode here on Handmade House TV, where I'm going to go back into the log work, give you some great tips on that, and I'll do something as far as creating a "this is what's happened here so far" video as well. So we'll see you next time here on Handmade House TV. You guys take care. Your support means so much to me. Okay, bye now.